so far, what you've had is the government's war on smokers, really, because there has been a war on smokers. What we've seen is ban on indoor smoking. Okay. Also, what we've seen is indoor smoking. You remember the old jazz clubs of the day where Ella Fitzgerald and Smokey Jazz?
Well,
it's gone.
Those days are gone.
I had no idea you were that old.
Ronnie Scott's. It's an old smoky club. Now it's a no smoking zone.
The atmosphere's gone.
The atmosphere's gone. Then also,
but at least you got your health back.
yeah, exactly. And then also then what you saw was the cigarettes hidden behind white shutters. You know, now you walk in, you can't see them.
Yeah.
In the UK, what they're going to do is hide them under the counter. The newest
They
one,
do that here as well.
Hold on, before you go any further, I think now, I read somewhere as well, now they're trying to push to ban smoking in residential buildings.
Really, yeah.
What about, did you hear about how in New York, they're banning people smoking on the pavement?
Wow. Anyway,
So,
let's cut.
But
Let's see
where
what we
I
have.
was going
Wait.
Where I was going with today's, little issue is like the government is so hell bent on what they're doing. Now they're going to change the packets of cigarettes. So what they're going to do is,
As opposed to what they did previously, like putting the pictures on there.
Well, the picture's on there now, but now they're going to change the whole package. It's just, it's crazy. What it is, it's going to be an olive brown package. And before, the health one with the mouth cancer and the girl in the bed who was, dying from smoking, that was 25. I think that was 30% of the package. So that was just at the top. Now that picture, I've got it here, and we'll put it on the site for you guys to see. It's now 75% of the packaging is now that health warning picture, and the brand at the bottom is going to be it'll be all the same, except for it will just have the name of the cigarette. So, for instance, whatever cigarette you smoke will be the brand, and that will be the only differentiation. Now, my thing is, would this make you give up smoking? Now, I myself am an ex-smoker. Yeah. Have you ever dabbled in the arts of the tobacco? The legal tobacco?
Well, let's just say dabbled in various forms.
Right, okay.
No, but the fact is, I don't think it's a case of whether I've smoked or not. I still don't think it would stop me if I did.
Okay.
Because I did. Contrary to belief, yes. If I am trying, everyone will say yes. We're trying to give it up, but I don't think that's going to help me.
It's not going to cause you to stop.
I mean, to look at that picture,
that's got nothing to do
if
with
people
trying to...
dying from cancer doesn't stop you, why would a picture of someone with a mouth that's rotting away going to stop you?
But the thing about it is, wouldn't you just get yourself a fancy case to put the cigarettes in so you don't?
But that's what people are doing now anyway. Some people
that's
doing
take
that
them
now
out of the box.
But didn't you know the government is actually behind that?
Well, it's an extra revenue.
They're making money on both sides.
Because most. I mean, when did you start smoking? When you were a teenager? Yeah?
No, pretty late.
Pretty late. Because I was checking out some US stats, and over the past decade, the amount of teenagers who have stopped smoking or have not taken it up has not changed. It's still the same amount of people over the last 50 years that are smoking, regardless of all the money governments have put into it. And most teenagers take up smoking at that young age. They take it up before they leave high school. So if the figures haven't changed...
So why do you think the government is now coming up with this idea to decrease this number of smokers?
Well, look, let's get to the crux of the situation.
That is the crux. Why are they doing it?
This is
Why
not.
are they coming up with another idea?
You obviously saying that it isn't going to change people's
well,
minds.
I don't think heavy smokers are just going to go look at it and go,
So you as a smoker, what would make you stop?
It's very hard. I'm sure all the experts will agree. It's very hard. You got to have that willpower. And all these nicotine patches or anything that might help you, but at the end of the day, it's
have
to
you
do
tried
with nicotine patches. Tried it once. It's in your mind.
Let me ask
if
you a
it's in your
question.
mind, why would I do that? I think I'm not
me
an
ask you a
expert.
question.
I'm
Can I
not an
ask you a
expert,
question?
but it's just like if you're busy, if you're active and you're doing something, it's not on your mind. It's only for a smoker. From my experience, if you're not doing anything and if you feel bored and you have to do something, and I gotta have a cigarette.
Let me ask you a question. Do you enjoy smoking?
Sometimes.
No. Do you enjoy smoking? I mean, I was a smoker. I was a smoker. I enjoy smoking. It was great.
That's what I'm
Loved
saying.
it.
Sometimes.
But I settled down with a non-smoker. So the compromise was, well, okay, for my health and for the relationship, yeah, no, I'll give up smoking, yeah.
And instead you smoke cigars now.
Sometimes I do, yeah.
But that's not as bad.
No, you're right, because it's not.
But you don't smoke cigars like one.
Well, you don't
10 a
inhale.
day,
You're not
do.
tend to inhaling a cigar smoke for a
No,
start.
it's more of the flavour.
And secondly, you're right. You don't smoke as many as you would if you were smoking cigarettes. Of course. Yeah.
So maybe they should start advertising for cigars, so that way people won't be smoking much cigarette. They can just smoke a cigar one a day.
All right. Well, let me throw this in the mix, yeah? Okay? As far as it's supposed to be bad for your health.
Yeah.
Okay? So we agree also alcohol's bad for your health.
Yeah.
So do we see the future of someone in a car crash, the picture of a car crash victim on the front of your Johnny Walker Black label? Because it's bad
It could happen. It could
No,
happen.
it won't happen.
It won't happen, but it could happen.
Because it's the pleasure of the rich. And,
No.
I
think we
the
could-
alcohol.
If you truly look at it,
I know, I'm throwing it.
But if you look at it from the point of view of the amount of money that the government makes both from cigarettes, the taxes on tobacco or cigarettes and alcohol is so much. They're not gonna go all out to try and get people
but what I'm
so
saying
that
is,
people
the
stop
thing is-
altogether.
but there are no health warnings on alcohol bottles.
No, but hold on. The reason why they're concentrating
No,
on...
I've never really paid attention to
Well,
that.
hold on.
You take the cigarette.
But
more people die
But
as a
that's-
result of alcohol-related incidents.
I was
than
just
of-
gonna say the
of-
opposite,
of
actually.
cigarette.
But it's not the
Alcohol-related
the alcohol that is it's the effect of the alcohol and the fact that people have gone driving on the alcohol as opposed to
Okay, so a scarred liver, yeah, but someone who's had cirrhosis of the liver and they die from it, are they going to cut that liver in half and pop it on the front of your Jack Daniel's bottle to stop you from drinking too much alcohol? Because that has the same long-term effect as a cigarette.
Yes, but the problem is that the number of people that die from that kind of illness is so minimal compared to the number of people who die from smoking-related cancer. That is the reason why they use that.
Cancer is from smoking is higher, a lot higher
It is.
than
But
from alcohol.
alcohol-related deaths are a lot higher than
But that's
smoking-related deaths.
because
it's
it's what people do after they've been drinking.
it's still related.
Of course, it's
still
related.
related.
It's right, but I have never heard of a smoking-related death.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
Well, I've heard of someone dying from smoking, but I've never heard of a smoking. Well, let's say cigarette
But
smoking
John,
No,
related.
but you know what I'm
but
saying?
smoking related death, yes, there is. I mean, he's in the car, he's down for a cigarette, he's scrounging around looking for a cigarette, bang, car crash.
Oh yeah, but
We're
you don't
joking
know.
about it.
But
You
we don't know that.
You don't know that.
Because he hasn't had the chance to
Yes,
tell us
that's not
that.
to tell you. So what I'm saying to you is, alcohol-related deaths, yeah, and deaths directly related to alcohol are far higher than smoking-related deaths. But more money is spent on that because it's hard to pinpoint exactly where lung cancer or cancer of the throat or they can pinpoint in that. But you've got
They can pinpoint that the key cause was the smoking. Wow, there you go.
Well, guys,
Another fun-filled afternoon gone.
that was quick.
Okay, well,
Well,
final word.
Final word?
What's your final word?
regarding the packaging, new packaging,
Yeah.
it's something new, obviously. People might take a second look at it. Smokers especially, I mean, they're the ones who are going to look at it. I don't think personally it's going to, if it is a very, very small percentage will start giving it up, but I don't think that's going to help. I don't know who is trying to help. I mean, government's trying to make money out of tobacco. Tobacco companies are now worried about what are they going to do? Where are they going to get money from?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know. It's not going to, in my opinion, I don't think it's going to change.
Well, as
It might, a small percentage.
yeah, I agree. I don't think it's going to stop people from smoking. I mean, as someone pointed out in an article that I was reading, the government's going to be spending billions of taxpayers' money fighting off lawsuits by these companies because
Exactly.
they've got to protect their brand. Because they've got You know, it's like taking Nike swoosh and saying you can't use your swoosh anymore.
Well, that's the thing I was going to talk, but I know we've run out of time. But that is an interesting.
I mean, I'll wrap it up with the idea that I think if the government was serious about cutting down smoking,
because there's no way you can stop it.
You can't stop it. You're cutting down, you'd make cigarettes more expensive, So, for instance, a box of 20 would be $40, okay? You may not give up, you just smoke less, okay? So, right now, cigarettes are so cheap, in comparison to the amount you get, that you can justify having them. But if it was a luxury, I think you'd smoke less. So all these pictures...
I agree.